Alright, this is a video for 3VT about exercise 16 on page 227. This is about this shape, and we need to figure out what this length is, BS. Now this is geometry. Geometry is calculating lengths in a shape. And this is pretty much Maths B, because in Maths A there is not a whole lot of geometry, or not at all even. So if you really like it, I really like these exercises, because it's sort of like a puzzle. You need to figure out what do you have to do to figure out this length, right? Well, there are a couple of things you can use. You can use the Pythagorean theorem. You can use similar triangles. You learned that already. And in this chapter 2, you didn't learn about the tangent, sine, and cosine yet, so you don't have to use that here. If you figure out some way to do, if you do want to use it, you can actually use it if you want to, but yeah, we don't have to use it at all. If I want to calculate BS here, I already noticed that BS is a part of triangle BCS, right? So if there was some way to calculate this length, then you can use the Pythagorean theorem to calculate BS, right? But BS is also part of ABS here, and that's not a right angle triangle, but it does have a similar triangle on the other side. That's this one. Yeah, this triangle is. Those two are similar. And they're similar because this length is parallel to that length. And we know that because it's a trapezium, and in a trapezium, those two lengths are always parallel. So what we're going to do is, first we're going to figure out, is there something that we can calculate? And there is. We can calculate the length from B to D, because this is a right angle triangle. Right? So over here, next to it on this piece of paper, I'm going to calculate BD using the Pythagorean theorem. So that's the square root of 25 squared minus 15 squared. Now if you calculate that, you get 20. So that means that BD is 20. Now if you see here, BS is a part of BD. So I'm going to say that BS is x. And then that means that SD is 20 minus x, because together it's 20. Right? So if this is x, then this must be 20 minus x. So now I'm going to use similar triangles. We have triangle ABS, and triangle ABS is similar to triangle C. First the triangle symbol, and then CDS. Right? Those are similar. And angle A is the same as angle C. This is like an hourglass shape, and then here's a Z angle. It's like a Z that you can make here. And then this angle on the inside is the same as the angle on that inside. Right? So A is the same as C. That's why I wrote down A and C first. And D is the same as B, so they're on the same place. And then S is the same as itself, because it's just opposite angles there. Now we're going to make a ratio table. And in that ratio table, I'm going to write down AB, because AB is 10. And in the other triangle, we have CD, and CD is 25. Then in the small triangle, I have BS, and that's the one I want to know. So I'm going to call it X, right? Well, I already did that over there. In the other one, you have SD, and SD is 20 minus X. Oh, let me write that down again. 20 minus X. Now, if there is one letter, if this were a normal number, you could have done 10 times that divided by that to get the X. But in this case, because it says 20 minus X, we're just going to make an equation, and we're going to say that the cross products are equal to each other. So if you make an equation like that, then you have 25 times x equals 10 times, in brackets, 20 minus x. Now this is the equation that we need to solve, and if we solve that equation, then we know what BS is. Alright, so first we're going to work out the brackets. This is 200 minus 10x equals 25x. Then I'm going to move the 10x to the other side, so plus 10x here, plus 10x there. So 35x is 200, so x is 200 divided by 35. Now if you want to, let's just use the calculator for this. The nice thing about this calculator, right, is that it also gives the answer in an exact number. So if I do this, then it just tells us a fraction probably. Right here, oh, not even, well, okay. It's 40 over 7 is how small you can make it. Okay, so you can leave that in your answer. You can take a few whole numbers out if you'd like, but yeah. And you know about this button, right? This button goes from a exact answer to a rounded off answer to an exact answer to a rounded off answer, etc. Right? But you probably should know about that because you're in the 3rd class anyway. Right? So this was exercise 16. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.